Hey guys, today we're learning about absolute value. It sounds fancy, but it's really just about distance, specifically how far a number is from zero. So once you get that idea, everything else becomes super easy. So let's get into it. So, what is absolute value? Absolute value is essentially making a number positive. Absolute values will always be positive. So, how do you solve absolute value? Well, I like to use a number line to solve, and we're going to see how far the value is from zero. So if I'm given a number, I'm going to look at my number line and see and I like to call it bunny hops it takes to get to zero. You might have heard that term in elementary, but I will show you a physical graph and you will get to see it. Alright, so I have example number 1, which is -3. I'm going to have to turn this into absolute value. So I have my number line provided down below, and I'm going to look for -3 on the timeline. So I see -3, and I want to get this to 0. So I like to take these bunny hops where you just have circles drawn on a number line to see how many steps it takes me to get to 0. So I'm going to draw one bunny hop, which gives me -2. Another bunny hop, which gives me -1, and then another bunny hop, which gets me to 0. That's where I want to stop, because now I'm at 0. So that means -3 takes 3 bunny hops to get to 0. So I'd put -3 equals 3, because I know absolute value will always be positive. So I'm changing that negative into a positive, and that's how I got my answer. Alright, let's look at another example. So I have 4. I want to see how many bunny hops it takes me to get to 0, which is going to get me to my absolute value of 4. So I take one bunny hop, and that gives me to 3. Another bunny hop, which gives me to 2. A third bunny hop, which gives me to 1. And a fourth bunny hop, which gives me to 0. So I know that we're going back on the timeline, but please remember that even though you're going back to 0, from a positive to 0, that does not make your answer a negative. That makes your answer still positive because it's absolute value. Now, if it was maybe some other magical math rule like a 2-step or 1-step equation and you're trying to cancel that out, then yeah, that might go into those type of terms. But for absolute value, you want to keep everything a positive. So since it took me 4 bunny hops to get to 4, I know that my answer is going to be positive 4. Alright. Let's look at our last example, number 3. So I have -5. I'm going to find -5 on my timeline. So I see -5 at the end on the left side. So I want to see how many bunny hops it takes me to get to 0. So one bunny hop gives me -4. A second bunny hop gives me -3. A third bunny hop gives me -2. A fourth bunny hop gives me -1. And a fifth bunny hop gets me to 0. I'm going to stop there. So that means it took me 5 bunny hops to get to 0, which means -5 equals +5. Now, when doing all these examples, there is a trend. The ending value, always tends to be the same number as the starting value. So -5 equals 5. That's still the same number, just with a positive to it. +4 still equals 4. -3 still equals 3. It is essentially the same number, just with a positive added to it. That's the trick. So anytime you see an absolute value, just add a positive to it, and that's basically your absolute value of that specific number. Now, some key takeaways I do want to go over is that absolute value is the distance from 0 on the number line. We've seen that when doing our previous examples. So when I wanted to see how far this number is from 0, I did bunny hops, and that's distance. Those bunny hops were distant from a 0. Another key takeaway is distance is never negative. It's always positive. We did that in all of our examples. We made all of our answers into positives. And if the number is already positive, we keep it a positive like we did for that 4 in example number 2. We kept that positive because we had our absolute value was 4, and when we solved it, we still got to 4, even when doing our bunny hops. We never changed it into a negative. we always keep it positive. So if it's positive, keep it positive, and if it's negative, then you want to make it positive. So that is all for today. I have other videos, math videos, that can help if you have any other struggles in any other math areas. And that's all for today. And we went over absolute value. And it's not as scary as it sounds. You just have to remember that the value is always going to be positive. And it's all about distance from 0. So practice a bit and you'll be good. So that is Ari the Math Tutor signing out. See you in the next video.